Welcome back to Mac Stories Unwind. I'm John Voorhees, and I've got Federico here with me. He's Federico Vitici, the editor-in-chief of MacStories.net.
That Federico. Yes, that's me.
Yes,
Thank
it's
you.
https://www.macstories.net/author/Vitici.
That seems unnecessary, but thank you. Appreciate the URL shout out. Shout out to URLs. You know,
Yes,
good
they're
piece
a good
of
thing.
tech.
They're a good
thing.
piece
They're
of
good.
tech.
More people should use them. John,
Yes.
I gotta tell you something.
Yes.
Obviously, we are tired because it's been review
You
week.
can probably tell from the intro.
Yeah, we're a little bit off the rails. We are, personally, I'm a little sleep deprived. Fun fact, something that people don't know about me is that at the very last minute, last week, when I was finalizing my iOS and iPadOS 18 review, okay, we decided, me and Sylvia, to get some work done in the house. Specifically, we decided, wouldn't it be a fantastic time now to have workers over to redo our bathroom and repaint the living room?
I don't know what you were thinking.
Look, I was promised a 2-day operation that turned out to be a 1-week operation as I was finalizing my review. And as you can expect, they're workers. They get dirty with, paint and plaster and whatever. Like, it gets
They make
messy.
a lot of noise. And
They make a lot of noise. And I had to finish my review. And I had to wake up at 7 a.m. Typically, I go to bed at like 3 a.m. And I needed to edit the review. And basically, I spent the past week launching everything while being holed up in my bedroom because I could not obviously go to the living room. I could not go to the other bathroom. So I needed to stay in the bedroom that also has a bathroom, thank God.
They were in your hallway and everything. It was basically your entire apartment.
They pretty much covered everything other than the bedroom and the office, but also like they were not in the office, but the office became the place where we stored everything.
Sure.
So the chairs from the living room, right? All the plants and like all the things that we have on our furniture, they all went into the office. So it's been a week, but now they're finally done. They've been great people. Like, I understand why doing this kind of work, deadlines are more of an hypothetical thing, right? With this kind of work. So, but it's been a week. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that I have a theory that I'm going to develop more in the next episode of MPC.
Okay.
And my theory is that the PlayStation Portal, so this is more like of a preview of what I'm going to discuss on Next Portable Console with you and Brandon. My theory is that the PlayStation Portal turns out it's not bad. It's the PS5 that has had bad games until now.
Yeah.
That is my new theory.
I think that, I'm really looking forward to talking to you about this because I have started to think about that too. And Astrobots really made me think about it.
Yes, that's where I was going. I've been playing Astrobot I've been playing it like today, 30 minutes at my desk. And it was very nice because my PS5 is now in the office connected to my gaming monitor and I put the eGPU in the bedroom. Sorry, not in the bedroom, in the living room. I'm thinking about the bedroom because of the workers. I put the eGPU in the living room. Sylvia would never let me put the eGPU in the bedroom.
You can sell it, Federico. You can tell her that it'll keep the room nice and warm in the wintertime.
No. She will tell me, you put the eGPU here and then you leave the house.
Right. You can sleep on the balcony.
And you can sleep on the balcony, right? That's the deal. No, but I've been playing Astrobot mostly at night. Like those 45 minutes of energy left that I've had for the past week, I've been streaming Astrobot. And I got to tell you, the PS Portal now makes sense. And it makes sense because it's got an excellent game to play that is finally the one true PS5 exclusive. I particularly appreciate the haptic feedback that you get with the Portal, which you don't get when you install Remote Play on other handhelds.
Yeah.
But then again, consider this sort of my follow-up pick. I'm going to talk about the PS Portal again more in depth on NPC. But Astrobot, man, it is going to be the game of the year for a bunch of people. But obviously, A week from today, John, there's a new Zelda.
Exactly. I know. I can't believe it's only
a week from today.
I can't believe it's only a week away. Yeah, I mean, that's the benefit of being busy for the last couple of weeks, is that has really snuck up on me, and I've got it pre-ordered. Yeah. I've got it ready to go. So,
yeah, I have not pre-ordered it. I'll just buy it from the eShop at midnight and start playing immediately. That's my plan.
Yeah, I just pre-ordered in the eShop too. I'm not getting a physical copy. I do kind of regret that most of my games on the Switch are not physical. They're, digital copies. I think I kind of regret that.
Interesting. I regret the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, because I guess I've gotten so used to the Steam Deck or the Legion Go, whatever, that now I kind of dislike, and I cannot believe that I've turned into this person, but I kind of dislike not having all of my games ready on the home screen and having to physically swap the cartridge for them.
Well, you know what it is for me? I think it's just the way Nintendo happens to be with digital downloads and their eShop. Well, they make me anxious about whether I'll be able to use those in the future.
That is also true.
That's probably what really gets to me more than anything else. Yeah, I will say I am shocked to hear that you were up at 7 a.m. because I know, knowing your schedule, and I know when you say you get up early, for you saying you get up early is like getting up at 9 a.m. or something like that.
Yeah, early. Like I used to be much worse. 10 years ago, I used to wake up at 1 p.m. Like I was living a completely wrong life at the time, just completely living on a U.S. time zone. Over the past year, I've gotten much better. I started by waking up at 10, and then it became 9:30, and then for the past few months, it became 9. And I can do 9. I can do 9 a.m. quite comfortably. Okay. But yeah, I've been doing 7 a.m.
I have noticed this only because for a brief time, we were on almost the exact same schedule because being separated by 6 hours, I don't know. You'd get up at 11, I'd be up at 6, something like that, or 5. And we'd be on kind of a similar schedule, but you're definitely up before me now. And especially if you're up at 7 a.m., I mean, there's no way. That's 1 a.m. for me. So I'm not up at 1 a.m. I was up at 3:30 in the morning one day this week getting ready for the reviews. That was brutal.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I can relate. Anyway, that is my update. Now I need to know something. What is this expression? The tail wagging the dog.
Ah, yes. This
came up in Discord, I want to say.
It did. And I forget, the context was in talking about the stuff we were going to cover with the OSs this week. And tail wagging the dog is basically something that's the smaller thing controlling the bigger thing. So in other words, usually it means the thing that's less important somehow controlling the full thing. So, it might be, I don't know, me saying, Federico, you need to help me with this thing. And you'd say, no, that's the tail wagging the dog because I need to get out my big review or what, I don't know, something like that. It's like something minor taking on a bigger importance than it really should. It's inconsequential. So
fascinating. I don't think we have an Italian equivalent of that.
Yeah,
that's a useful.
It's a good metaphor. Makes you, because you can relate to it right away. It's like, well, the tail doesn't wag the dog. If the tail wagged the dog, that would make no sense, and that's the whole idea. Right. It makes no sense for this thing to control over this other thing because it's not as important or whatever. It's it's secondary. Right.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, what have you been up to this week? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling.
This is not a regular episode of Unwind. This is the perfect episode of Unwind because we are literally unwinding
right in front of your ears.
The most literal episode of this show ever. We are doing it live. Well,
we are. And really, as we record this is the first day that I've started to feel like a little relaxed and also a little spaced out because it's very hard to concentrate after you've been. I mean, I think I've been working for like 3 or 4 weeks straight without really taking any breaks, something like that. I mean, not, I did do stuff on the weekends and things like that, but I did work more than usual on the weekends over the last month or so, and long hours during the week. And that only got worse as the reviews approached. So yeah, I've been getting up early, going to bed late, working after dinner, just more than usual. And so I'm starting to unwind. I'm starting to feel better now. I'm starting to feel a little more normal, but I know I have a sleep deficit that I really got to kind of deal with.
Yeah. My phone is a mess. And
mine is too.
And I got to figure it out tonight, because when I'm going to migrate to my new iPhone tomorrow, I don't want to transfer over a bunch of apps and betas that I only installed for the beta season.
I did this already a little bit.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah. It was one of those moments where I was like, I need a break. And so I just kind of obsessively deleted apps. And I really was hard on the betas, because the thing about betas is test flight doesn't work right when you upgrade to a new phone. You end up, they don't sync over the way they're supposed to. So you end up with a bunch of broken apps. So I try to take all the betas off, or as many as I can. And then I have fewer of those to deal with.
Yeah. But the result is that I have so many apps installed, and I am not actually taking advantage yet of all the features of Control Center or widgets, because I was basically adding and removing controls just to take screenshots for the review. So my real usage of iOS 18 will start taking shape tomorrow with my new phone, where now I don't have to review an OS anymore. I can just finally use it like a normal person.
I'm sorry, is your phone on 18 or 18.1?
18.1.
Yeah. See, that's a bit of a problem too. I mean, it's not a huge problem, but I always find that it's a little bit of a bump in the process too.
Yeah, well, I couldn't help myself. And
of course you couldn't. Because you wanted all that sweet Apple intelligence that you can get over there in the EU.
I can get it, right? I get a screen in settings saying it's not available for you. So that's what I get. I wanted to ask you, have you heard any comments from the normal people in our lives about iOS 18?
I have not, and I don't think Jennifer's probably, for instance, updated yet.
Okay, Sylvia has.
Okay, what does she think?
So far, she hasn't said anything about the new Photos app.
Interesting.
So nothing there. She hasn't noticed the new Control Center yet. There was one thing she noticed.
I will tell you this. During the beta, though, I did show Jennifer the icon tinting and the rearranging, and she immediately disliked it. She's like, no, I know where my things are. I don't want them to move around or change colors. I know the colors of the apps. I know the arrangement of my home screen. I don't need any of this.
Yeah. She did notice. What was it that she noticed? There was something. I think one of the new widgets or something from Apple that she ran into. No, the one thing she disliked. So she comes back from work and she's like, I gotta tell you something. So, what's wrong? What happened? What happened to the calendar app? It's like, why? Well, because I went in and I wanted to add a new event, and I saw all of these reminders and I got so upset. Like, what? And so, and whenever this happens, it's almost like she gets angry at me.
Right.
For whatever
Somehow
reason.
You're
like,
responsible for iOS.
What did you do? You made me update. And I was like, no, just open calendar and you can disable the reminders. And she did it immediately. And she was like, much better. Because when I'm in calendar, I don't want to see my reminders. I just want to see my calendar events.
I'm with Sylvia.
Makes sense. Not everybody likes it. And then she started going on this sort of rant about how I have these crazy ideas about reminders in calendars and how I don't understand how task management works. She's like, yeah, that's why you're so disorganized, because because you put all your things in one place. And I don't know, maybe she's right. Maybe she's
I don't
right.
know. Maybe she should become a productivity writer.
Oh, she has opinions, all right.
Sounds like it.
If you think that I have strong opinions about things, you should talk to Sylvia. She's like me, but 10 times more.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she's very opinionated about anything. But yeah, she's probably right about reminders. Not everybody will like it. I understand why. People may want to just keep the events and the tasks.
Well, that one is that the default, or was that your doing?
it seemingly is the default because it just happened on her phone when she opened calendar.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think I noticed that over the summer too. I haven't used reminders for a while, but I had some old stuff in there, and as well as our grocery list, and I did see some old reminders in there.
Yeah. So that's really everything I have this week for Unwind. It's you have listened to a literal episode of me and John unwinding in front of a microphone, just sort of saying everything that's on our mind. We're still not totally done because I gotta work on this making of story for Mac Stories Weekly. It's mostly gonna be about the Notes app and how I really took advantage of the Notes app this year for my research of the iOS 18 review. But otherwise, by Saturday, we'll be officially done with iOS review season, and we'll move on to other things. We'll spend some time with our new devices. I'm going to have everything coming tomorrow. New iPhone, New AirPods, new Apple Watch. So I'm definitely going to have some fun over the weekend. But then it's back to normal life, which is always strange.
It is always strange. How badly are you behind? Let me ask you.
Well, I can tell you, I'm fully caught up on RSS.
Really? Good for you.
Yeah. I'm a little behind on email. I am mostly behind on apps and the mess that is my iPhone right now.
Yeah. I'm kind of the opposite. I'm
also behind on video games, obviously very behind on video games, but
just personal life stuff for sure. But yeah, for me, I really email and RSS. I think I've got like 400 articles in my general tech RSS right now. And I've been trying to keep up, but I can't really. And this weekend I've saved a bunch of stuff. I don't even want to tell you how much is in my later folder in Readwise Reader.
Yeah. Oh yes, that I am also behind. Very much so. Yes.
Yeah, but hey, it's there. We'll get to it. Well, I don't know.
We're not complaining. We're just objectively sharing what's happening.
Yeah, we're having a night. There's a music festival in town this Saturday, so I think I'm going to go down to that, and that's going to be part of my unwinding. It'll be to soak in a little local music.
Nice. That's very nice.
All right. Well, I think that does it for today, everybody. You can find me and Federico over at macstories.net. We're on Mastodon. Just go to vitici.macstories.net and johnvorhees.macstories.net to follow us there. Federico's on Threads and Instagram. He's at Vitici. That's VITICCI. And I'm at John Voorhees. JOHNVOORHWS. Talk to you next week, Federico.
Ciao, John.